audible to all of you? Please message. Then we will start our session. We will start our class. Guys, am I audible to all of you? Please message fast. Then we will start the session. Shiv Shankar, Amanjot, am I audible to all of you? Then we will start our session. Yes, friends. Please message me fast. Am I audible to all of you or not? Please reply me fast. Am I audible to all of you or not? Then we will start our session regarding to mains important topics that we had started. Good morning to all of you. Just a second, guys. Give me a second. Yeah. So I hope I am audible and visible. Now we will start our session. Acha, one important thing that we had taken this live session from like 11-12 days. Last week 3 sessions were not conducted live. Last week जो था उसमें हमने 3 सेशंस जो थे वो लाइव नहीं करे थे. वेडनेसडे, थर्सडे और फ्राइडे के सेशंस. वेडनेसडे, थर्सडे और फ्राइडे के सेशंस हमने लाइव नहीं करे थे. अगर आपने वो वीडियो नहीं देखे हैं तो आप यूट्यूब ओपन करिएगा. यूट्यूब आप ओपन करेंगे तो वहां पर आप KGS इंग्लिश टाइप करिए. KGS इंग्लिश टाइप करिएगा. KGS इंग्लिश में आप जैसे इस पे क्लिक करेंगे तो यहां पर आप वीडियोस सेक्शन में जाइएगा. वीडियोस सेक्शन में आपको 2 वीडियोस यहां पर मिल जाएंगे जो आप देख सकते हैं. ये 2 वीडियोस ऐसे थे जो हमने रिकॉर्डेड फॉर्म में किए थे. ये 2 वीडियोस आप देख सकते हैं. एंड नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट आवर टुडेज सेशन. आज के सेशन को वी विल स्टार्ट. So let's begin our session now. Okay. So what are the topics? First of all, what all we will discuss today? What all we will discuss today? First of all, capitalism good or bad for India? Today's first topic is capitalism good or bad for India? Now, usually in newspapers, it is coming on a routinal basis. Like Indian economy is shifted towards a capitalist economy. Indian economy is no more a mixed economy. These things are there in newspaper. Like we'll see on a routinal basis. Like Indian economy is now focusing on the capitalist sense. Indian economy is no more a mixed economy. So is India really shifted towards the capitalist economy, or is India still a kind of a mixed economy? So this is the major topic that we will discuss, because it is not only important from economic point of view but also from essay or society point of view. So capitalism good or bad for India? So first of all, we need to know what is the meaning of capitalism first of all, or we can say what is the meaning of capitalist economy. What is capitalist economy? What is capitalist economy? Capitalist economy means where all factors of production, where all factors of production, where all factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs and entrepreneur are controlled by individuals or group of people, Now this is the meaning of capitalism. This is the meaning of capitalism, where all factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs, are controlled by individual or group of people. Now, the major objective of capitalism, the major objective of capitalism is to promote profit motive, This is the second most important point, that the major objective of capitalism is to promote profit. Government interference, government interference is minimum here. Government interference is minimum here. The interference of government is very minimum. And the labor forces are flexible. Labor forces are flexible. That means you can hire and fire labor anytime. You can hire or fire labor anytime. So these are the major characteristics or the major points associated with capitalism. These are the major points or things associated with capitalism. Okay, so these are the points. Now the second point is prosperity brought by the capitalism. If anybody asks you a simple question, is capitalism bad? You will don't say this thing directly that capitalism is bad. There are many things, many prosperity being brought by the capitalism or capitalist economy. So, what all prosperity brought by capitalist economy? What all prosperity brought by capitalist economy? What all prosperity we see through this capitalist economy? Okay, the first is innovation and efficiency. First is innovation and efficiency. As I already mentioned many times, that innovation is a necessity. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan. So innovation and efficiency is essential in day-to-day modern perspective. If you will not innovate, you will not survive. So innovation and efficiency, profit incentive push the profit incentive push the entrepreneurs to innovate and become more efficient Profit incentive push the entrepreneurs to innovate and become more efficient. Sectors like IT, e-commerce, fintech and pharma, believe a lot on this innovation. Believes a lot on this innovation and efficiency. So this is the first point regarding to the prosperity brought by the capitalist economy. Now, what is the second point here? Second point is wealth creation and global integration. Wealth creation and global integration. Now, this is again a very important point. Wealth creation and global integration. Because when you thought about wealth creation, when you thought about the global integration, capitalist economy play a great role in creation of wealth and integration of economy. So wealth creation and global integration is again important, because if we talk about India's GDP, if you talk about the GDP of India from 1970, that is 1991, if I'll talk, it is $270 billion in 1991, and today it is 4 trillion. So how this is being possible? Through capitalist economy. profit driven economy, innovative economy, wealth creating economy, economy based on skill, economy based on continuous updation, you will see these things are happening. Third, employment and entrepreneurship. Third is employment and entrepreneurship. Employment and entrepreneurship. We can give this credit to the current government that the culture of startup is promoted so fastly in India. Before 2015, or I'll say 10 years before, we don't have this kind of startup culture in India. We have some startups, young entrepreneurs, but not so much in frequency that we have today. We don't have those unicorns as well. But if you will see after 2015 or in last 10 years, the culture of entrepreneurship, the culture of startups has generate the culture of gig economy, freelancing economy. This will create a huge employment and entrepreneurship prosperities in India. So employment and entrepreneurship, millions of jobs created in telecom, retail, logistic, IT, marketing. Millions of jobs created in telecom, retail, logistic, IT, where capitalism foster the culture of entrepreneurship. Foster the culture of entrepreneurship. Foster the culture of entrepreneurship. The culture of entrepreneurship is fostered by this capitalist economy. That's why we can say this thing, that the capitalism or capitalist economy brought these prosperities in context of India. And in this perspective, we can say that Indian economy is little bit tilted towards this capitalist segment. But now, if you will see the one side of a coin, you also need to see the other side as well. So these are the prosperity brought by the capitalism, then there must be some challenges also associated with it. Now, what all challenges associated with capitalist economy? What all challenges are associated with capitalist economy? Yes, that's true. Inequality, rising inequality. This is the first point. Rising inequality. Top 10% population of India hold more than 70% of wealth. Top 10% population of India hold 70% of the wealth. That's why the reason of Gini coefficient being on very higher side. The Gini coefficient of India is on very higher side. Then the second point is rural urban divide. Rural urban divide. The divide of rural and urban area is huge. And that is the reason we are categorizing our cities as well. Tier 1 city, Tier 2 city, Tier 3 city, poor areas, and also. So the reason of this divide is, if you will see Tier 1 city, Gini coefficient measures the inequality index. The more the Gini coefficient, the more the inequality. It runs from 0 to 1. The more it is towards the 1, the more it is inequality. Measured through Lorentz curve. I'll explain that also. Okay. So rural urban divide is again a big problem, because if the more is this gap, the more the urban explosion happen. People migrate from rural areas to urban areas, and that will create excessive pressure on the rural resources as well. Then third, profit driven behavior. Profit driven behavior, lack empathy and emotion. Lack empathy and emotion. If you will see these capitalist economies, they are profit driven. And if they are profit driven and there is lack of empathetical attitude, in that case it is very difficult for the Indians, because Indians are more towards the emotional side. Indians are more towards that society which is believe in Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Now this profit driven behavior also led to mass firing as well. If mass hiring is done, mass firing is also done. So this profit driven behavior is again a challenge. Then environment degradation. Environment degradation. Now before this Paris conference, nobody talked more much about environment. But after Paris conference of 2015 and formation of sustainable development goals, it is very much essential to keep the global average temperature below 1.5 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, what will be happen? The level of ocean, the level of water in the ocean will increase. As a result of that, flooding, climate change problem, drought problems, all these will start emerging very fast. So environment degradation is again a major concern associated with capitalist economy. And you all know, Trump himself said many times, I don't believe in this environment conservation. I simply want economic growth, and that economic growth is for America. And as a result of that also, during the 2015 Paris conference, when he was the president of United States, he quit that Paris conference, taking this viewpoint that for me the first priority is economic growth of America. Environment degradation is not a essential priority for me. Now that is the major reason, besides these capitalist economies focusing on growth, they also want that environment conservation is important, we understand, but for our the major problem, the major prospect is economic growth. The major perspective is economic growth. I hope it is being clear to you all. So these are the major challenges. Apart from that, exclusion of marginal group. Exclusion of marginal group. The marginal group of society are also excluded from them. The marginal groups of societies were also excluded. Because when we talk about the mixed economic system, we always talk that the holistic inclusion of society. We all want inclusive growth. We all want that all the communities, all the caste, all the genders should be the part of mainframe society. Now, if you will exclude this marginal group, then we cannot say that it is a total centric growth, or we cannot say it is a kind of growth which is very much people centric. So these are the major challenges associated with capitalist economy. I hope it is being clear to you. And obviously, it also create a kind of stressful situation, because in capitalist economy, the more you work, the more you get the pay. Now people are usually doing more of the work. They are also felt the problem of stress. So all these are the major challenges associated with capitalist segment. Now, if someone talk about what are the suggestions to make this capitalist economy more effective in India, suggestions for making capitalist economy better for India? What all suggestions we have? What all suggestions we have to make capitalist economy better for India? What are the suggestions we have? Or what are the things that will help us here? So, inclusive capitalistic model. Inclusive capitalist model. Now, in this inclusive capitalist model, what we want to do, we also try to include the marginalized section in the mainstream society. We try to create the work for them, and the labor intensive sectors should not be get damaged. So inclusive capitalist model is the first one where market driven economy where market driven economy should balance with labor driven sector. Should balance with labor driven sectors. That means market driven economy should balance with labor driven sectors. It should not be disturbed that the market driven economy is not protected or the labor driven society is getting damaged over there. Then second is impact investing. Impact investing. Now this is again very important. What is this impact investing? Many times we saw in the capitalist segment that investment amount does not generate that much of revenue, and it also take a major chunk share for those which are for essential sector. Like suppose government need to spend 100 rupees on a project, and they spend 70 rupees on a project which in long term will not be viable, and they spend only 30 rupees for essential facilities. Now, under the Indian capitalism model, what we can do, we can do impact investing. That means we should spend that money in such a form will generate long term capital revenues for us. Also, the most essential sectors, the social safety nets or the social security nets should not be disturbed. So this is again a very important objective, that is impact investing. Then triple P model also work in context of India. The most important sectors of society, which is mainly for safeguarding social nets, that should be given PPP model. Government should collab with the private sector, and they will take the efficient mechanism of the private sector, and the and the distribution pattern of government can be followed. For the profit driven sector, we can have complete capitalist model. There is no problem in that. But for the most important segments of the society, the most essential segments of the society, triple P model can be adopted. Apart from that, environment, governance, society, environment, governance, society, sustainability should be prioritized. So we need to focus on these essential things for making capitalism good for Indian economy. I hope these points are clear to you all. Why it is very much necessary that these suggestions are making important the capitalist segment. Then role of state for redistribution Role of state for redistribution and investment in human capital. And investment in human capital. Now, this is again very important. The role of state, the role of government is very important for redistribution and investment in human capital. That investment should be in a skill driven project. That distribution should be in such a manner that the resources should be used properly. The role of state for redistribution and investment in human capital is again very important, and reform in crony capitalism. Reform in crony capitalism. Now, this is again very important. It is continuously blamed on Indian government that they are supporting a lot of private sectors. There is no harm in supporting private sector, but crony capitalism need to be protected. Otherwise, if the most of the revenue or most of the money is going to the private sector only, and little money is left for social safeguards, then in that case it will create a problem for economy, like in India, where 140 crore people are living, more than 140 crore people are living, and where still 70 to 80% population is from lower middle income segment. So reform in crony capitalism is again needed. That means the wealth redistribution should be made proper. It should not be given only to the private sector to channelize or to use this money. So crony capitalism reform is again very important, and for that there must be a proper transparency and accountability. There must be proper transparency and accountability for it. Okay. So this is how we can say that these are the suggestions for making capitalist economy better for India. Now, there might be some point that how capitalism can be promoted in lower segment. Now, we can say capitalism is promoted in lower segment of society, in lower segment of society through Aadhaar, UPI payments, through Aadhaar, UPI payments, Jandhan Khata, Jandhan accounts. We can promote capitalism from them also. We can promote capitalism for them also. Expansion of microfinance. Expansion of microfinance and credit facility. And credit facility through Mudra Yojana. Through Mudra Yojana for the lower segment of society. For the lower segment of society. Self-help groups. Self-help groups can be created. We can create self-help groups as well. That will promote these things. Green capitalism. Green capitalism. That is environment sustainability is again very important in that. And lastly, sustainable development goals. Sustainable development goals should be taken on priority. Should be taken on priority. So these are the major initiatives, these are the major focus where government of India should try to figure it out. I hope this capitalism topic is clear to all. So you need to write like this whenever these kinds of topic come in exam. I hope it is being clear to you all how to write the particular point or how to cover these topic when we talk about these capitalism models. Is it clear to all of you? Now, let's move to the next topic. Very, very important. Before that, a very important announcement for you all. We are launching our foundation batch for 2026 in English medium from 10th of June. That means we are starting this from tomorrow. You all can enroll in it. This is the foundation batch, prelims plus mains both. From 10th of June, you all can register in this. You can check the link in the description. Telegram channel also. Apart from that, there is a particular mobile number where you can call. We are starting this batch from 10th of June. This is in our complete English medium. Now, let's move to the next topic for today. Land records in India, digitalization and modernization. If you see the mains GS paper 3 syllabus, there is a topic called as land reform. There is a topic called as land reform. Last year UPSC had asked a direct question from that. So land reform chapter majorly consists of 4 important topics. What all these are? Land reform, 4 important topics. 4 important topics. First is land regulation law during British time. During British time, which include what? Zamindari system, Mehalwari system, ठीक है, permanent settlement and Raiyatwari system. These are the major. Second is post independence land reforms, post independence land reform measures. What all are being included in it? Land ceiling law, tenancy reform, consolidation of land, okay, abolition of intermediary. This is the second. Third is Bhudan and Gramdan movement. Bhudan and Gramdan movement inspired by Vinoba Bhave. Bhudan and Gramdan. And also we can say Green Revolution. Green Revolution. And the fourth one is digitalization of land records. Digitalization of land records. This is the most important one. This is the most important one. The current government focusing on digitalization of land record program. This is the most important when we talk about mains. So we will discuss this fourth one today. We will discuss this fourth one today. And we will discuss these also eventually with time. So let's start with the fourth one, digitalization of land record. So if I want to ask you, what is the meaning of digitalization of land records? See, what happened earlier, most of the land records, most of the land documents were maintained in paper form. Now suppose those papers, anyone can damage those, or anyone can try to temper them. Now the problem with those land records that are maintained in paper form, there is ambiguity in regarding to land boundaries. Also, someone can damage them. They might get fired, or they might get they might be get destroyed as well. So current government wants that these all the land records were be made digitalized. As a result of that, they focus on digitalization of land records. Now, if someone asks you the very first point, features of land digitalization. What are the major features of land digitalization? When you are making this land digitalized, what are the major features associated with it? What all features will lead to land digitalization? First of all, computerization of existing land record. Computerization of existing land record. Whatever the land record you have, whatever the land record you have, you need to make computerization of them. Regarding to computerization of existing land record, include transfers and registration. Including transfer and registration of land record. That means whatever the existing land records you have, you try to make them computerized. That include transfers and registration of land record as well. Then digitalization of maps. Digitalization of maps. जितने भी नक्शे हैं, जितने भी maps हैं, उन सबका digitalization. Digitalization of maps is again very, very important. That also include integration of data. And integration of data. Whatever the data you have, try to integrate them as soon as possible. Survey and resurvey. Survey and resurvey. Survey and resurvey of updated settlement record. Of updated settlement record. You need to do survey and resurvey of updated settlement record. Then development of GIS, geographical identification survey, and capacity building regarding to skill of the labor force that you have. So development of geographical identification survey and capacity building, that is for skill. Then public access and transparency for online records. Public access and transparency for online records. And lastly, support e-governance. For infrastructure planning and taxation. So these are the features of digitalization of land record. These are the features of digitalization of land records. First is computerization of existing land records, including transfers and registration. Digitalization of maps, that is integration of data. Survey and resurvey of updated settlement records. Then development of GIS and capacity building. Then public access and transparency for online records. These are the major points associated with these features of land digitalization. Now, the next point is, what are the initiatives done by government for land digitalization? This is the most important part. Initiative of government for land digitalization. Initiative of government for land digitalization. What all initiatives run by government for land digitalization? Just a second. Yeah. So what are the initiatives run by government for land digitalization? The first is National Generic Document Registration System. Document Registration System. National Generic Document Registration System. That means whatever the documents you have, whatever the land records you have, you need to register them under that software system. That is through one nation, one software, through one nation, one software for all registration and transfers. For all registrations and transfer. One nation, one software. Second is unique land parcel identification number. Unique land parcel identification number. This is Aadhaar for land, popularly called as Aadhaar for land. As we have Aadhaar card for us, we all have Aadhaar card for us. Similarly, this ULPIN, unique land parcel identification number, popularly called as Aadhaar for land, will give you a particular number for land registration. Then the third point is Swamitva scheme through 3D mapping. Swamitva scheme. Now, what all is this in Swamit? It is a scheme mapping the land boundaries, through 3D mapping, or using drone technology. It is under Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So these are the major three initiatives done by government. First is National Generic Document Registration System through one nation, one software for all registration and transfer. Second, unique land parcel identification number, popularly called as Aadhaar for land. Okay, where survey of land can be done. Survey of land can be done. Third is Swamitva scheme, mapping the land boundaries through 3D mapping using drone technology, and it is under the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So these are the initiatives of government for land digitalization. Now friends, next is achievement of land digitalization. What all achievement government had realized through this land digitalization? Achievement of government in land digitalization. What all achievement government had realized through this land digitalization? First of all, financial empowerment of village. Financial empowerment of village citizens. Village citizens are financially empowered. They now have a proper clarity what all land belongs to them, what are their land boundaries. So financial empowerment of land village citizens, this is the best thing. Then widespread digitalization of land record give better clarity and transparency. give better clarity and transparency. You have better clarity and transparency with this digitalization. Third is public portals. Public portals developed by state government, developed by state government like भूलेख, like भूलेख, उत्तर प्रदेश के द्वारा डेवलप्ड है ये by state government like भूलेख, okay, धरनी, available 24/7, 24 घंटे सातों दिन आप एक्सेस कर सकते हो इन पब्लिक पोर्टल्स का. थर्ड, अंडर स्वामित्व स्कीम, अंडर स्वामित्व स्कीम 1.5 लाख 1.5 लाख village maps made through drone technology, through drone. 1.5 lakh village maps were created through drone technology or through 3D mapping. Then ease of doing business, ease of doing business is promoted for investment. Now if any investment done by any real estate group or by any foreign company, they can easily do that because now they have a proper clarity whose land is this and how much is the amount that we need to pay. Then reduction in land disputes, reduction in land dispute, reduction in land dispute. So these are the achievement of government in land digitalization. First is financial empowerment of village citizen. Second, digitalization of land record give better transparency and clarity. Third, public portal developed by state government like Bhulek by Uttar Pradesh, Dharni are available 24/7. Swamitva scheme 1.5 lakh village maps is created through drone technology. Ease of doing business for investment. And lastly, reduction in land disputes. These all are the major achievements regarding to land digitalization. These all are the major achievements regarding to land digitalization. So that's why this land digitalization is very, very important, friends. Now, if anybody asks us, what are the challenges associated with this? Challenges of land digitalization. What are the major challenges of this land digitalization? Can anyone tell me what are the major challenges that you feel? What are the major challenges that you people feel in this land digitalization? Can anyone tell me what are the major challenges you feel in this land digitalization? The very first challenge is lack of public awareness. People themselves are not aware. Lack of public awareness. This is the very first challenge associated with this land digitalization. The second major challenge is lack of infrastructure. Lack of infrastructure. If you will see, still there is a major problem regarding to internet connectivity. Internet connectivity. Electricity problem. Electricity problem. These are still the major problems associated with land digitalization. Then legacy issue. Legacy issue. And record updation. See, even if you make the records through drone technology or through 3D mapping, whatever, you still try to refer the documents that were made earlier. Now, in that earlier document, still there is a problem of legacy issue and record updation. So again, the conflicts will arose and the situation will remain as it is. Then unclear, that's what, unclear land titles. Unclear land titles. Still, the land titles are very much unclear. Whose land is this? On for which person this land belongs? So this problem is still there. Then the problem is in context of coordination, coordination between coordination between different ministries. Coordination between different ministries. Even in this land digitalization, there are many ministries involved: information technology, Panchayati Raj Ministry, Ministry of Rural Development. They have themselves a problem regarding to coordination. So these are the major challenges associated with this land digitalization. I hope it is being clear to you all. What are the challenges associated with land digitalization? Now, there is one very important scheme that UPSC may ask in exam, that is Swamitva scheme. This is very, very important, that demarcation of land boundaries with the help of 3D images or through drone technology. This is very important scheme, friends. It is a central sector scheme, first of all. It is a central sector scheme. That means 100% money is given by Government of India here. It is a central sector scheme under Panchayati Raj Ministry. Under Panchayati Raj Ministry, aim to provide rural property owners, rural property owners, their vested rights, rural property owner with clear legal valid titles, with clear legal valid titles to their residential land, to their residential land in inhabited areas, in inhabited areas using drone technology through 3D mapping. Now this is how you can write the introduction of स्वामित्व scheme. इस तरह से आप इंट्रोडक्शन लिख सकते हैं स्वामित्व स्कीम का. इट इज अ सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम अंडर पंचायती राज मिनिस्ट्री, aim to provide rural property owners with clear legal valid titles to their residential land in inhabited areas using drone technology through 3D mapping. This is how you can write the major points of, or we can say, the introduction of Swamitva scheme. This is, you can write the introduction of Swamitva scheme. Now, if someone asks you what are the features of this scheme, what are the major features of this scheme? First of all, drone based mapping. This is the very important and the most important feature of this, drone based mapping. This is the very first point. Then you have the property cards, that this property belongs to this person, this property belongs to this person. So you have the property cards for that. Then technology integration. Technology integration through geographical identification survey and latest technology. Through geographical identification survey and latest technology. Then village mapping and public display. You can access it anytime. Village mapping and public display. Then digital land record maintenance. Digital land record maintained. All the land records are digitally maintained. Then support to Gram Panchayat. They are providing support to Gram Panchayat. They are providing support to Gram Panchayat. So these are the important features of this Swamitva scheme. Now, if someone also asks in mains, what are the achievements? What are the achievements? What are the achievements of this scheme? Achievement of this scheme. This is again a very important question. What are the achievement of this scheme? Survey conducted in states and UTs. Almost all states and UTs are covered under it. Almost all states and UTs are covered under it. 1.2 crore property cards were issued. 1.2 crore property cards were issued, already being issued. Then third is financial inclusion. Financial inclusion help to take loan. Now, if someone has this property card under this Swamitva scheme, he can use it as a collateral and take loan for it. Then dispute reduction. Dispute reduction. That is reduction of dispute regarding to property. Apart from that, revenue for panchayat. Revenue for panchayat. Like whatever the fees you have to pay for land settlements, it is a revenue for panchayat also. And support women entrepreneurship. Support women ownership also. Women ownership. Now for some lands, females were also the joint owners. So it will support the women ownership also in that. It will support the women ownership also in that. These are the major achievement of these schemes. So there are few challenges also. Challenges are more and prone same. Lack of infrastructure, lack of awareness, lack of infrastructure. These all are the almost same points. Lack of awareness, lack of infrastructure. Then survey delays, still corruption is prevalent in the system. Corruption still prevalent in the system. Legal reforms still pending. Legal reforms is still pending. Okay. Apart from that, urban-rural boundary conflict. Urban-rural boundary conflict. These are the general points. So these all are the major challenges associated with this system. These are the major challenges associated with this Swamitva scheme. Friends, we are also starting our UPSC mains test series. This started from yesterday only, from 8th of June. Total number of tests will be 13. You all can register now. You can give these tests online, offline both. If you want to give it offline, you can give it from Delhi, Patna and Prayagraj. You can also call on this number 9319293730. You can ask them whatever your queries are. And I hope this test series will be very helpful for all those who are attempting this year's mains. So that's all in this video. I hope you all like this video. Do share it with your friends. Do also comment in the comment section whether you like this or not, what all topics you also want that we will discuss in this. I I will definitely appreciate that, and I will include those topics as well. So we are going syllabus wise. First topic, Indian economy and issue related to planning, mobilization of resource, growth, development, we had already done. Now we had discussed the land reforms, inclusive growth also we had done. So we are going with syllabus wise. I hope you understand these concepts. That's all from my side. Thank you so much, and please take care of your health.